Alright guys, welcome back to some more Eternal Strands. If you guys missed the previous video, we continued obviously on the main quest, and also picked up one more companion quest in the previous video. So in this video, I wanted to first start off by going and searching for the coral shape, bar of shaped coral in Arcane's Forge. Because this will be used to essentially fix up the Arc of Verdance, which was the arc that rescued us in the very first video. The one that made that big projection and kind of prevented the Tangle from hurting the entire team. So we'll grab this, and then I'll do Lifting the Shroud, and then we'll continue on with the Weathering the Storm main quest. So yeah, off camera, before I actually started recording this video, there was a patch, by the way, which apparently has increased the base movement speed that Bryn runs at. So you can notice that I'm actually running with like heavier armor, and she is still moving faster. So I guess it's a pretty nice change. I don't mind it at all. Archon's Heart, Arcane Forge. Archon's Heart. Arcane Forge is... where is it? Wait, is the Arcane Foundry? Search for the bar of shaped coral in the Arcane Forge at Archon's Heart. Am I blind or... I don't see the Arcane Forge here. Maybe it's the Arcane Foundry? But either way, I'm kind of hoping that this game is getting close to an end. I did not expect this game, honestly, to be this long. I thought this would be like a maximum 10 to 12 hour game. It's almost encroaching 21, 22 hours.
Looking for in the Archon's Heart.
Oh!
I know the end works well. It is my region, after all.
Like I would tell you.
Whatever plan you've concocted, it would be better if we worked together.
You murdered my friend.
Technically, I didn't touch her.
Alright, that's kind of brutal.
I thought she lacked the stamina to follow through on what she started.
So interesting that she somehow is able to communicate with us. Huh. Alright, so let's go quickly grab what we need without
There's a lot of coral here. I must be getting close to where the Enclave stored shaped bars.
Let me just use... Actually, let me drink one of this real quick.
I guess that's a risk I need to take.
Alright, am I... Is it above me? I think it's above me, yeah. I mean, I'm sure I could extinguish this, but do I need to?
Bar-shaped coral. You and I have such similar taste in treasure. Whatever you're planning to do with that is nothing compared to what we could accomplish if we put our minds
together. Man.
I can manage well enough on my own.
You could do so much more than manage.
Alright, I think that's the end of the dialogue. Cool. I'm thinking right now any lesser person would have easily been convinced by her. Wait, what? The bar finished. Alright, let me do it safely over here. But yeah, as I was saying before I teleported in, I'm kind of hoping that the game is getting close to ending, just because at the time of recording this, I think the next day or within the next 2 days, I'll actually start recording Split Fiction, which is one of my most anticipated games of this year.
The Surgeborn in the Howling Jail somehow has access to the scry.
We know. I can feel it in there with me. It's not pleasant.
Phrasing,
We
Aurea.
need to do something fast.
The good news is, as far as we can tell, it only has access when you're in the underworks. At most, it seems to cause interference when you're above ground.
So that's the interference that we were experiencing in the last
Until
video.
we can block its presence, best to keep use of the scry to a minimum.
Aurea mentioned she could feel the surge bar.
Aurea, I could feel the Surgeborn too. I know exactly what you mean.
Doesn't feel great.
The kind of nausea that only comes from the wind being knocked out of you.
It takes a lot out of me to stay connected to you when it's present, let alone speak.
That must be why there's interference.
What you're both describing It makes me wonder if the Eye was under a deeper influence from the Surgeborn than we realized.
How so?
We assumed he was merely manipulated into a foolhardy plan, but what if the Surgeborn had some sort of effect on his mind?
I could believe it. But if that's the case, then we need to limit Bryn's exposure to it.
But you
through the
underestimate my
Shroud.
fortitude.
Fast.
I am much stronger
yours.
mentally than him.
I don't think it's me the Surgeborn wants to influence. From the sounds of it, it wants you.
Weavers need physical access to the scry. Ask if we know how exactly the Surgeborn is communicating.
Weavers need a physical connection to the scry to communicate, either by wearing the earpiece or touching the scroll. The Surgeborn doesn't have either. So how is it connecting to our scry?
Well, let's start with what we know. The imprisoned Talon was able to convince Stanold to open the gate. But the Herald was there and waiting. It was not surprised at all, despite the scout's distractions. Ergo, the Herald and Talon were communicating somehow, yet the Talon had been imprisoned for years. Would it not be reasonable to suggest the Surgeborn can communicate with one another using something like our scry? Or worse, perhaps they can share thoughts
Like a
and
hive
no magic
mind.
at all.
A single shared consciousness.
The implications are frankly staggering, but it is the only explanation I can think of for what we've observed. And if I'm correct, it's not such a leap to imagine creatures like this, or perhaps a creature, would be capable of infiltrating our scry.
The Surgeborn seems to be growing stronger. Ask how dire this is. Interesting, the Surgeborn here is treated as a singular word. You know? That's interesting to me.
Let's hear it. How bad is all this?
The scry is a complex piece of Weaver enchantment. That
I guess
this
they're only talking
Surgeborn
about
has broken
the
is
Talon, right? So
not good.
We still don't know exactly what it wants, but if it continues to infiltrate our constructs, this could mean an all-out war.
War?
Imagine they gain control of the Enclave's arcs. Sure, they're dangerous now, but with a sentient strategist behind them, they could storm the Maida in a couple of hundred strides.
oh, it's
You
like
think
Attack
the
on Titan.
Surgeborn's
Imagine that,
interests
right?
expand beyond the Enclave.
With an enemy as calculated as this, best to assume the worst.
The moment she said that line, I just imagine Attack on Titan when Eren is, spoiler alert by the way, but Eren is essentially marching across the world with all those the colossal titans that he has. Incredible animation. But yeah, I want this thing out of my ear yesterday. Move on to the next
All right.
steps.
How are we going to fix this?
The reason Aurea can sense the Surgeborn presence on the scry is likely because it's wielding magic to communicate. The same way Aurea's mantle pulls magic from the air to contact you. However, unlike Aurea, the Surgeborn can't pull magic from the air around it. Otherwise, it would be talking to you all the time.
But it can only reach me when I'm underground.
Where the tangles are most
So we
dense.
avoid the underground
We need
then.
to cut off its access to raw magic.
That's where the spindle comes in. Thanks to her, we finally have the missing piece to get our escort here running.
It was a failsafe in the case that the source needed to be repaired. The Arc of Verdance will create a safe bubble against the tangles, which would be the natural consequence of any failure of the source.
Just like it did with the Veil.
Exactly. But without the crushing weight that caused it to fail.
So, the plan. We get the Ark to the source, it stabilizes the Enclave.
Or at the very least, starts the process.
If the Herald waiting down there doesn't destroy it first, I'll need to take it down. If this plan is going to work.
That sounds dangerous.
It might be a risk worth taking.
We have to. The Enclave is overflowing with raw magic, and this source is...
You know what I
clearly
find
the root
incredibly
of the
coincidental? We somehow
Too
managed to
many
find the
tangles
Arc of
led to the
Verdance the
floods.
first time we
They
stepped
allow the
into the
Surgeborn
Enclave,
to
or near it by the way.
And
We are
infect
very
our
lucky.
enchantments. Without the source under control, we will never...
Alright, looks like we might have to
Enclave.
fight the Herald
Then that's
again.
our plan. We build a power core, then we speak to the Axle.
I'll join you at Cassidon's Hold.
So do I need to get more resources for the have Solo craft the power core for the Arc. Alright. There we go. An Archon path that allows the Arc to draw magic from the air without another Weaver channeling magic into it.
And with this power core, we can fix our Arc of Verdance. I think this is what they call a full circle moment.
Lately, I feel like I've been running in circles.
Hey, I know things look bleak, but this is a win. Don't let the Talon rob you of it. You're finishing her work, after all.
You're right.
I always am. Now, I think you've got a meeting with the Axle.
Alright. So, at this point, I think I should finish this off. I mean, this is still with the Axle. I think I'll finish the companion quest right now. Assuming there's no more left. I want to make sure at least I finish every single quest. So we will go and do this one first. Because I also think that this is also obviously connected to Lane, and I think they're the only companion whose quest I've not done. I've not got an achievement regarding Lane yet. I've got one for Sola and Dom, I've got one for Casman, for Aurea, for Arakim, so... which one is the main? Yeah, lifting the shroud. Let's do that first, actually. And then I'll move on to the main quest.
Bryn, and Lane? To what do I owe the pleasure?
We're hoping that there's something you can help us with. Or rather, we're hoping that there's something we can help you with.
I'm not sure I follow.
I've been at a loose end, gnawing on painful thoughts, only growing more despondent in the process.
Huh.
So we're here to focus on problems that are a little more tangible. What can we help you with?
That is very kind of you. I've had a great deal of difficulty keeping on top of things.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
We're here to help. Like I said.
Right. I've got a petition from the Scouts here somewhere. Let me find it. Arakim has been nagging me about accessing the Archon's Hearth. Its stores of raw material could busy our Forge Masters for months. Now that I'm technically in charge, I'm loath to follow Kenrick's lead in recklessly sending the Scouts into dangerous situations. What I'm lacking to make that call is intelligence on the Archon's Hearth. Our documentation is decades out of date.
I've already spent a lot of time in there, actually. It was pretty hot, from what I recall.
Dangerous too, one would assume. Can you elaborate on what you saw in there?
The technology was amazing. Talk about the half-built Ark. I don't know why I couldn't say the words out there. The technology, there we go, was amazing.
While exploring where the Arks were assembled, I couldn't help but imagine how busy it must have been.
Yeah, we saw a
back
bunch
before
of, like,
the
Ark
surge.
pieces.
Archons seem big when I'm fighting them, but the scale feels totally different when they're attached to a scaffold.
Fascinating.
It was hard to beat the heat. Tell her about the foundry.
It was only one area that was particularly hot, but all of it was dangerous.
I assume you refer to the Arcane Foundry, then?
Yeah. It was on another level to what you've got here at the Hold, or what we have at camp. I can't imagine how many Archon parts they produced per day.
The coral was otherworldly. Describe it to her. So wait, is this a side quest where I had to go to different areas and I maybe have already done that? If that's the case, I'm happy.
The most interesting part was where they grew the coral. I could feel the magic running through it.
It is a reminder that there are still lost secrets to be found.
Exactly.
That's enough detail for now. Move on.
Anyway, there's lots going on in there. Do you think it's safe enough to send in the Scouts?
Not quite.
Oh, come
I still
on.
have grave concerns about the fluctuating heat levels.
I believe I may have a solution for that.
Water?
A potion that will maintain your body temperature
Yeah,
even
I mean-
in the hottest conditions. I don't quite have the equipment to make it yet.
Excuse
but
me,
the
I have.
knowledge
You
is
keep
there.
giving them to me every time I
That's
come back to
wonderful
camp. What?
news. That said, I would like a demonstration to be sure they work.
A fair stipulation. Some sort of combat
Oh,
encounter
come
in the
on.
Archon's Hearth under the hottest possible conditions. Fighting an Archon that relies on fire magic would be ideal to demonstrate the potion's efficacy.
You
Ark
know
of the
I'm always up for a
So the
challenge.
Ark of the Forge
I
or...
have no doubt in your abilities after what I've witnessed you achieve.
Well then,
This is...
I'll be
I
back
find this kind of
once I've
stupid, a
found
setup,
a
because
mighty construct.
I've been taking these fire resistance files the entire game. So defeat a fiery arc in the Archon's Heart while under the effect of a flame shot file. Yeah, so I've been using this... Okay. So the Ark of the Forge was there. Let me just quickly see. Archon's Heart. Yeah, Ark of the Forge. You know what? I guess we'll go fight it then. Again, this is actually my least favorite Archon to fight. I don't like that it requires a lot of time to be wasted. But, you know, you kind of have to wait for it to vent, right? So, do I need to basically defeat it, get it down to 0 HP while I have the file active? If it's not active, I guess I wasted time. So I think what I'll do is, just to be super, super safe, I'll only drink a file when I'm going to harvest it. Because harvesting obviously is the fastest way to defeat it, so... Alright. Let's get this over with, buddy. He's winding up his attacks. Alright. So... I need to bait him into setting his entire body on fire. Wait, I'm using the wrong weapon for this. There we go. Come on, buddy. Set your body on fire. There we go, there we go. So now I need him to vent, essentially. It's just awaiting him at this point. I don't think there's any faster way for him to be forced to vent. Oh, careful now. Woo! Careful. I'm gonna use the heavy weapon for the hammer. Are we good to go? Come on. Come on, laddie. Are we done? There we go. Okay, now he's gonna do the the venting attack. There we go. Slam number 2. Slam number 3 comes towards me. And we go. No, alright, I think... Okay, we got 2 of them. I believe there's only 2 more, so we're gonna do another round of this. This is why I don't like this this harvest at all. It's very... a lot of waiting, nothing else exciting. No. Oh, that was close. So yeah, I'm just gonna like start damaging it a bit just to kind of, you know, bait it again into... Alright. You missed, stupid. There we go. Both feet are damaged pretty well. Come on, set your body on fire. Still waiting, dude. Come on. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Alright, oh, that was close. I'm gonna switch the file because after I break the remaining vents on the hammer... oh shit. Okay, never mind. After I break the remaining 2, vents on the hammer, I can, go for the harvest. So for the harvest, I also need to climb to its shoulder, the right side pauldron, and break that off. And then when that's broken, that's when I'll drink the file, and then I'll harvest the guy. And I think I should be that should satisfy the conditions. There we go. He's venting. 1, 2, 3. All right. Let me drink 1. And the other one is over here. Alright, there we go. So that's all that done. I'm gonna fly up to his body over here. That's 1 down. And I need the other one, and then we're done. We're pretty much done. Alright. You're mine, bitch. Easy harvest. Come on. It should count. I am under the effects of this file as well. Yep, there we go. There we go. Clean and easy. Let's go. And get some nice resources as well. Did you drop another one by any chance? You did. Perfect. Alright, cool. I think that should be the end of the side quest then. Consult with Axel in Cassian's Hold. But yeah, I'm very excited for Split Fiction. There's actually 2 games this year that I'm super excited to play. Split Fiction was one of them. And the other one was Expedition 33, which looks incredible. So, Split Fiction will start within the next 2-3 days. And Expedition 33 comes out, I think, second half of April, I believe. Next month is also South of Midnight, which looks amazing. May we have Doom, The Dark Ages, which looks incredible. It's Doom. It always looks incredible, so. This looks kind of different. Wait, I've never seen this with this lighting. Or at least I've never noticed it with this lighting. Looks kind of pretty. Alright, here you go. I have tested your theories.
Oh, Bryn, how did it go?
Wonderful.
It worked amazingly. In fact, I was almost too cold.
Oh, I must have prepared it incorrectly. Perhaps too much stirring.
I'm kidding, Lane. It was perfect.
Ah, your elevated wit eludes me once again.
Of course.
If you two are done messing around, it's excellent to hear that the potions worked. Lane, what sort of quantities can we produce for the scouts?
As much as you need. It's not hard to make.
That's very good news. I wonder why the Eye never explored this as an option.
Because he's an idiot, a
I would
moron.
assume the reason sits somewhere between lack of care and gross negligence.
He's a
Speaking
petty,
of the
insignificant
Eye,
little
Bryn,
idiot.
The Axel and I had a chance to sit and talk for a while. Would you believe that she isn't his biggest fan either?
Oh my god.
Not in a million years.
That came out of absolutely nowhere.
We were indeed not very cordial with each other at the best of times.
In particular, the way he kept secrets rubbed us both the wrong way.
Okay, this side
We found
quest
ourselves
feels like
in
it's coming at
agreement
the
that any
wrong
new
time.
government
This
should
is
be
knowledge we
built on
already
a
have.
foundation of trust and respect.
A foundation that will only be built if we secure our survival. Lane and I don't agree on everything, but it was good to sit and speak with someone who understands the nature of the work I'm doing.
It's not every day that one has the privilege of watching a new order emerge.
Perhaps you will be here to document it.
I should like that very much. The story of a new enclave should be made available to all. Every detail, out in the light. I'm struck with inspiration. I need to return to base camp and get started on my history. To be here as it's being written. To be the one writing it.
Yay! Good job, Lane.
Privilege.
Oh, they're gone. Do they always do that?
Yes. That's a fairly frequent occurrence.
Well, with my mind at ease, for now, at least, I will thank you and bid you farewell. My list of petitions is smaller by 1, for the moment.
We're here to help. Talk later.
Alright, cool. That's that quest done. Because I didn't get any achievement, I assume we're still not done with Lane's side quest. So there's probably another step. But yeah, let's continue on with the main quest now. So we have the Arc device or whatever.
Khan Artime, my Weaver Band has repaired the Ark we followed through the Veil and discovered its true purpose.
To nullify the tangles at the source so it can be repaired.
Its anti-magic properties are why we were able to follow it through the Veil in the first place.
I see.
If we could get it to the source, we believe it could stabilize the Enclave.
Except the Grand Gate was broken when the Ark pushed the Herald back through it.
Surely there must be another way to reach the source.
Now that it's repaired, couldn't this Ark be used to leave the Enclave the way you came?
In theory, sure.
What are you saying, Khan Arteme?
It's time for someone to protect
Oh,
my
they're
people.
gonna abandon the Enclave?
I need to use that Ark to get us all out of here.
You would leave with the Surgeborn running loose. Or worse, allow them to spread and wreak havoc across the Maida in your wake.
No one has succeeded in stopping them yet. We've been trapped inside
But we've gotten the
Enclave
closest
for
so far,
decades.
so...
It's time to set ourselves free before the Surgeborn overtake Cassidon's hold and kill us all.
It isn't right. Remind her the Surgeborn will still be a threat. Fear isn't the answer. Telesh needs to be brave. She has a point. The first one.
Is shoving problems under the rug truly the Enclave's legacy? Because it's a pattern at this point.
Agreed. Your people are better than this.
The Surgeborn has infiltrated our scry. It's learning how to use our enchantments against us. If we don't put a stop to this madness, how long until they overtake the Arks? Or bring down the Veil and spread across the Maida?
That is concerning. Still, let's be clear. Even if you could reach the source, there's a massive Surgeborn that almost killed you lurking down there.
I'll be ready for the Herald this time.
And what are you going to do about all the Tangles? Punch them before they disintegrate you?
Honestly, we haven't quite figured that out yet. But Sev
Ah,
has
so this
some
is where we have to
ideas.
do Sev's main quest
The
then.
Ram that was helping Kenrick?
A Ram.
Really?
Yes. The Ram that repaired the Grand Gate and warned us just in time to save Cassidon's hold.
Fair enough, I suppose. But as you've said, you have no way to reach the source.
Fine. Our plan has a few kinks to iron out.
More than a few.
How about this? If you can just give us time to present you with the final plan, it'll be your call whether or not we move forward on it.
I suppose that's fair. I can't pack up this stronghold in a day.
One more thing. It's clear by now the Enclave hides its secrets well. If there's any information on the source, I need access to it.
There are private records that can only be accessed with the Eye's signet. I suppose he's not using it at the moment, but...
Bryn did just save your people from certain death not too long ago.
Fine, you can borrow it. You should find information at the Spire in
Oh,
Upper
come
Denevron, the
on.
Bastion, and the Institute.
We'll arrange a meeting. with
Why do
you
I have to go to all these places?
Good luck.
Jesus. The Eye's signet. Okay, search for hidden fragments on the source. In the Spire, in Upper Denevron. Alright, so I'm gonna skip ahead until I get to each of these places. And then we'll learn... we'll learn together, essentially. Alright. We're going to Upper Denevron, the Spire. Actually, this one is pretty close, so no need to edit this out. But yeah, I get this feeling every time I play this game now, where I am having fun, but I'm also really hoping it ends soon. Is that a good... I don't think it's... if that makes any
Council
sense, you
records are
know?
meant to be public. Wonder what else the Eye was hiding from his people.
Like, I think this game has gone too long. It's too long because... You know, the game hasn't evolved mechanically from, you know, the initial moment I started playing this game to now. It's still the same thing, right? I'm still, you know, using the same powers. I'm still chucking enemies off ledges. I'm still, you know, combat-wise, I haven't learned any new moves. There's no new combos. Oh, get off me, please. Bugger off. I'm not interested in fighting all of you. You gonna chase me, buddy? You really want to do this? I just did this to your friends. You can join them, I guess. I know there's also more enemies through here. Yeah. Alright, come on. Let's get this over with. Come on. Yes. Good sir. Oh, you really hurt me there. Oh, Lord. Oh, no. My bad, bro. Didn't mean to prolong your torture, but there you go. And you can join your friends as well. Ouch.
Records on the construction and maintenance of grand gates across the Enclave.
You're telling me this information was here this entire time and I just couldn't access it now? That's annoying. Alright, Institute's Eastern Circuit of Musing. Institute... Eastern Circuit of Musing. Here we go. I guess here I'll have to follow the charm that leads me to my objective. But yeah, I'm kind of trying to wrap... Oh.
That's the eyes signal.
Oh.
Did you know I can reveal the Enclave's secrets? Not that I needed it to pry into the eyes' dark truths. Let me guess. You're trying to find another way to reach the source. I'm all for it. We'll be able to speak more easily then.
Ugh, I'm sick of your voice already.
I'm not. That is a sexy-ass voice.
Didn't your parents raise you to be a nice, respectful girl? I gather from how the eye spoke of his own daughter that those are the core values your kind instills in their offspring.
She yaps a lot though, but
From an expedition
the good thing her voice is so hot.
shortly after the surge, enchanters suffered severe damage to the coral. All who participated in the expedition were sworn to secrecy by the Eye in power at the time.
The bastard Eye. Oh no, this is the Eye before that, I assume. Alright, now the Bastion's Garrison Bunker. Alright, the Bastion... Garrison Bunker. Here we go. I mean, at least it wasn't a long fetch quest, but it's still another... It's like the 50th or 60th fetch quest I've done in this game, right? So...
In the Bastion. Half the documents were torn to shreds. What else were they hiding behind the Eye's signet?
Alright, come on. Let's fight. Let's go. I need you to walk out of the tangle, please. His arm is almost broken, so... Son of a bitch, comp. Whoa, okay. There we go, alright. That was a lot closer than I thought it was gonna be. You enjoy that. And we can grab this.
Looks like research that's been compiled on the ecological and geographic impact of the surge across the Enclave's landscape. There's an entire section on the widening of the Great Chasm.
Alright, cool. I guess that's everything. Compile the research on the source with Lane. I'm really hoping we have like 1 or 2 more quests. I know there's a side quest. I know that I have to do a side quest for Lane again because we're not done with her yet. I just know it. Oh, by the way, let me check something real quick. Can I upgrade some stuff? No. That's level 5. That's the max level. Nope. 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 I can upgrade this. There we go. Level 3. Sorry, level 2 for this now. So that's a bit better. That's good to have. Oh, hello.
It's a little bit beautiful, isn't it? It's like reaching into the past and shaking hands with its designer. We have achieved much.
I think she'd be happy to see it up and running.
I think so too. Plans set in motion decades ago, slowly ticking towards fruition. if we are so lucky.
Alright, let's go compile. Oh, we have a lot of codexes in compile. I'm gonna quickly compile these. You guys can read. This is about Lucia. And then we have Memories of Home. So this looks like it's about Bryn herself. Then we have Ospine Pasture. This is Eugenius's pasture, Oria's father's homestead. That was still one of my favorite places to visit. Just a very serene, beautiful place. Really enjoyed that section of the game. Alright, attached is a heavily redacted report on the location or object known as the source. It seems to be some kind of briefing for Enclave politicians with newly gained security clearance. The source is a natural fount of magic located deep underground. Discovered during the early stages of the Enclave settlement, it was quickly found that objects exposed would rapidly redacted. The coral-like mineral surrounding it seems to be immune to this effect, so it seems like a negative effect that's been redacted. After several weeks of meetings with high clearance individuals, it was decided that this natural formation must be exploited. Our highest performing engineers recruited from across the Enclave sworn to secrecy and put to work attempting to understand the location's mechanics. This work was put on hold once an experiment revealed that the coral acted as an extremely efficient and low-resistance magical conduit. This was immediately recognized as a discovery that would allow construction of incredibly complex magical artifacts. Thus, was the project split into two sub-projects, one to gauge the feasibility of harnessing the source as a way to access unlimited magical energy, and the other to harvest and utilize the coral to enhance the Enclave's magical engineering capabilities. Several pages are redacted. The coral was essential in the design and production of our now ubiquitous arcs. So the arcs, okay, that makes sense. We found that as a living mineral, it can be grown and farmed. Thus, keeping the future in mind, pilot production facilities were built, though the majority of our coral resources still come from harvesting the original deposit around the source. More redaction. Further experiments are undergoing on the source itself as we expand our infrastructure. It seems to react to energy input. It is not alive, per se, but is more akin to a raging heart. We are close to finding a way to harness its energy. Additional funding is always welcome.
I hope you're not afraid of diving into bottomless pits.
Hardly. Maybe a little. Why?
Despite the Grand Gates no longer functioning, there is a more direct way to reach the source. By dropping straight down into a rift in Lower Denevron.
You know, last time I wanted to charge into a restricted area, you weren't so sure it was a great idea.
People change. Maybe I've learned a thing or two about calculated risk-taking from you. And the prospect of securing the source makes this a risk worth taking.
This is only one piece of the puzzle. The axle isn't going to budge until we figure out a way to lessen the tangles at the source.
With good reason. We don't want you to fry down there.
Yep, so which means I have to do Seb's main quest now. Alright, so interestingly enough, find a way to lessen the dangers at source with Seb's help. So yeah, we have to do Weathering the Storm now. Interestingly enough, there's no quest for Elaine, and I don't think I've done her side. Or have I? You know what, either way, I think I'm going to end the video here. A bit of a shorter video, just kind of wrapping up some stuff as we progress towards what I assume is going to be close to the finale, at least. At this point in the game, I have done every single thing I can, so literally what we have to do now is find a way to survive, you know, whatever's down there. Yeah, so yeah, I guess, yeah, not much to say about this video, you know, just kind of making progress. I firmly believe that this game has lasted too long. Probably, I would say 10 hours extra too long. Wait, why is this guy... Is he alive? No, right? Because he's posed in such a way which suggests that he is actively watching something. No, I don't think he's moving. Yeah, okay, anyway. So, yeah, there's not really much else to say. If you guys enjoyed the video, do show your support below. I think the next video, assuming we're close to the end of the game, I'll try to kind of wrap up the entire game in that next video. And then I'll give all my final thoughts on how I feel about this game. Mostly positive, though there are definitely some negatives that have made me kind of... have made it annoying, to say the least, in some parts of the game. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, do show your support below. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.